Anxiety itself, if you think about it, is the first thing that I tell people is look at anxiety as a really good thing instead of a bad thing.
Yeah, it can be good.
Yes, it is good actually. What it is bodies, anxiety, like any other emotion, is our body's way of communicating something that's important. Now, unfortunately, we have been trained over time to kind of look less holistically about ourselves as human beings. So basically, over time, we have been told, don't worry about this, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. So basically, we have been trained to think of it in a pattern that says worrying is not good.
Yeah.
And then over time, therefore, we have kind of isolated ourselves from our bodies. Like we are very much left brain people, logical, rational, human beings. And we think it's a good thing because everything is kind of dependent on those types of, approaches toward life. For instance, let's say assembly lines, production, keeping schedules in check and life in general. But like you were saying, the fast-paced society depends on rational, logical reasoning. But at the expense of losing part of our humanity. But as humans, we have to recognize that, okay, fine. Society is one thing, assembly lines are one thing, productions and so forth. But on a daily basis, I have to find myself again as a human being. And the way I can do this is by living holistically. Well, how can I approach that is by understanding that my body and mind have to work in unison.
Yeah.
So therefore, I have to go back to scratch, basically to the board, and then start redesigning my body-mind connection by getting rid of these, kind of misnomers that worrying is not good or anxiety is not good. No, anxiety is good. It's an emotion. It's my way, my body's way of communicating to me that something needs attention. Without emotion, we're not kind of woken up to the fact that something needs attention.
Yeah, you get numb.
Basically, it's nature's way of really moving us within life into the right direction if we pay attention.
Existential anxiety. Actually.
Existential anxiety is part of it. Yeah, existing. So that's the first thing. So basically recognition that emotions are great. So then what's the purpose of anxiety? Then the next question would be, well, why am I concerned? What is going on in my life that needs attention? And if you really just sit with it for a while, like your brain is smart enough to tell you the answer too. If you sit with it and kind of pay attention a little bit, just kind of relax, almost like a Zen moment, in a meditative moment, then the message will appear. For instance, you may feel like, I'm so anxious about, let's say, the interview that I have at 10 a.m. Or I'm so anxious about, I haven't gotten a gift for some person that's important to me. Now, for that by itself, let's say you're anxious about that, then what's the real message beneath that first message is the importance of the relationship between you and that other person.
Yeah.
And then you start making sense of anxiety rather than be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Then you can use it. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. My body is already telling me that I need to pay attention to this area because this relationship is important to me. Maybe I have neglected it. Maybe I'm concerned about the future growth and outcome of that relationship. Maybe we have had a spat that we haven't resolved yet. Maybe there is something else that needs to, be taken care of.
So you're saying